but here we go. We are diving in mid-series. Going to be a bit of a ZvZ. And,
Is it 1-1?
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Also, I don't know how I feel about this. Someone in the chat just said, you two should make a casting guide for YouTube with the title, How to Be a Cool Caster. I don't know if we're...
Let me get my aviators. Hold on. Let me get my aviators.
You're already in the dark, Yaku. What are you going to call? You're not going to be able to see anything. Oh, God. Shaking my head.
As we load into Romanticide LE, we are going to be kicking off this series here on Romanticide LE. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming down from the land of Canada. He is, of course, going to be representing Storm Gaming, one of the few North Americans in this tournament. Or at least one of the few big-name North Americans. He is, of course, Bioice.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romantic...
You're not supposed to have Discord open.
They can see you right now.
Oh.
I looked over and I saw you reach, and I'm like, is he getting his aviators? Spawning in, shake. He's committed, mate. He's committed. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing Amantes de StarCraft. It is the ZergLord.
Come into a hospital, maybe.
True. Hey, you've got the bed, man. What are you on about?
Sleep in hospital.
Oh, God.
But yeah, this is my guide.
This is how you do it, man. Shout out to Kira. I love this feature. I very rarely use it, but we can like show ourselves while the game is going on if we so choose. For moments like this.
Is this the first time you're using it?
I've done it before when you've done something silly on stream.
And I've just never noticed that.
No, I pointed it out. I think it was I think it was during the DreamHack qualifiers, actually.
I think that was a moment, yeah. I don't remember what I was doing, which it's probably a bad sign.
Yeah. So good luck to Yaku, as he's gonna be casting with aviators on. But you know what? He's cool. He's cool, and that's what matters.
That's all you need.
So that's all you need, mate. Oh boy. As we,
I actually do take like half a second longer to process what I see. You know, like the production tab and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Couple that with the fact that I already have the logo spot that I'm not supposed to have. So I have to take half a second to remember which player I'm actually casting.
It's all good. It's all good. Hopefully we can get through at least this game here, as it is the ace match, and I'm a little bit surprised how passive these two have opened up. I guess it makes sense because of the map, but we did see a hatch gas pool, we see a third base for both players, even a Bailey nest for both players.
Yeah, they're definitely playing it safe. I say that as the ZergLord builds 10 more lings. Metabolic is about to finish up for him. He wants to be across the map.
That he does. So he's going to be the aggressor here. Meanwhile, Bioice, it's on him to morph in Banelings ASAP. He already has a Baneling nest. It's better enough to morph in a couple of Banelings to be safe and protect your third base. As, the ZergLord should be going across the map relatively soon as he morphs in his own Banelings.
Huh. I guess the ZergLord was just really scared based on maybe what happened earlier on in the series. We are just jumping into the ace match right at the end here.
Yeah,
but,
so because the ZergLord made this extra wave of lings, he's down in the economy. You can see that in the worker count. Like, Bioice has been able to drone up a little bit more heavily, a little bit more greedily. The ZergLord over-investing in his defenses.
Not only that, but he's also getting a +1 range, plus a Roach Warren that's not that much quicker than Bioice's, so kind of shooting himself in the foot. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But to be fair, these are minute differences between the players. Like, there isn't too much here, so there are going to be a couple of windows for either player, but how big are those windows? They're not very big, so yeah, things so far
You can make them big.
we could.
Depending on how well the banelings connect, I suppose.
As we do have a bit of a scout here from the ZergLord. Somehow, someway, he made it past everything, so he confirms the timing on the lair. He confirms the gases as well, so he can rule out Spire for now. And we are just getting into Roach versus Roach.
My favorite on a map like Romanticide.
Exactly. It's so good. It's great. Unfortunately, Bioice couldn't break into the main base, so he's a little bit in the dark. What's interesting, though, is that after that Ling got killed, Bioice took another gas, and he is throwing down that Spire.
Interesting. So his main army composition is still going to be the Roaches. He hasn't, canceled any of his upgrades or anything, but he will also have the benefit of having a little bit of a harassment force of Mutas. Does get scouted, though, by the ZergLord. And now it's on him to respond.
Yeah, that it is. How is he going to respond to this? Is he going to throw down a Nidus and try to kill his opponent? No, he throws down a Hydra then instead. Let's go Roach Hydra.
Okay, so going to be looking to fight this. I want to say looking to fight this honorably, right? He's getting the quote-unquote correct reaction if we want to have a bit of a longer game, but I just love how Nidus straight into the main has a response that you can do in a ZvZ when you see your opponents go Inspire.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he gets that far. He was a little bit more greedy. A fourth base is on the way for the ZergLord, and we do see Bioice trying to force his way through with his Roaches. Upgrades are equal, but Bioice has the numbers.
Trying and succeeding to break through. ZergLord just didn't have enough for a concave, and eventually Bioice was able to make his way forward, make sure that he was hitting with every single Roach. He's going to cancel this fourth base and get a fourth of his own.
Exactly. His fourth was later, but it doesn't matter because he was able to cancel the fourth of the ZergLord, and now he wants even more. Could this be a little bit too greedy? We'll see as he's trying to break into either the natural or the third base, but he runs into a wall of Roaches.
Wall of Roaches that very quickly envelops him. Bioice getting a little too ambitious here. He already got that fourth base, which is a lot of good damage. But he wanted more, unfortunately. He still wants more! Jeez!
That he does. Unfortunately, the Hydras are late for the ZergLord. He was focusing a little bit too much on this Roach production, so the Mutas actually kill a Queen in the end, and they chip away at these Roaches. Ooh, the ZergLord taking a lot of damage, at least until his Hydras come out.
Yeah, a couple Hydras are out right now. There's not too many Mutas in the sky. I say that as they quickly regroup. But still, as a defensive force, those Hydras for now are going to be fine. He is continuing to produce more and more of them. The ZergLord should not be in a bad position as the game goes on longer.
Yeah, the bad position of the ZergLord is just how late his fourth base is. Hopefully he can hold on to it. Obviously, Bioice is going to do the best he can to try and stop that from happening with these Mutas. But thankfully, the ZergLord does have a high enough Hydra count. He does keep the Mutas in check for now. But we can see the difference already, not just in the supplies, but also the worker counts. Even getting a little bit of supply luck there.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty massive thing right now for the ZergLord. A really good advantage for Bioice. Because he has a Mutalisk, he is able to maintain that map control. He is able to take out the Overlords wherever he sees them. Very small amount of Hydralisks over here, so Bioice is looking to stand and deliver. But here comes a big counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, the Roaches for the ZergLord are across the map. Can he get the snipe on this fourth base? If he can, that is going to be huge, and he does, and he's able to escape just barely with his Roaches.
Wow, what a caper. I'm starting to turn around as he gets a little bit of a concave. The upgrades are about even, I do believe. Actually, the ZergLord is ahead when it comes to +2 range.
Exactly. The upgrades for Bioice were delayed because he invested so much into those Mutas. +2 is on the way, but it's still not done, so the ZergLord has a pretty big advantage. Still gonna have a hard time pushing up this ramp, though.
very hard time. Thankfully, he does dodge all those biles. ZergLord wants to break through, but he realizes that he cannot. He will back away and try to rotate around. The supplies are about even, but remember, Bioice has supply in these Mutalisks.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's Roach Ravager versus Roach Hydra.
Yeah, and there aren't too many Ravagers for Bioice. Meanwhile, it looks like, ooh, the Roach buffer for the ZergLord has fallen, and now Bioice gets on top of that juicy Hydra center. Every single Hydra goes down, and if he so chose, those Mutas could even come in and help clean up.
He's definitely going to try. Meanwhile, more reinforcements for the ZergLord come into position. Man, it was so important for Bioice to hit that juicy Hydralisk center as early as he did. Because if he didn't, I can definitely see a scenario where the ZergLord continues to reinforce.
Yeah.
Continue to push forward.
You could definitely argue that the ZergLord didn't have to fight there. He did, like, pushing up a ramp.
Didn't.
Yeah, pushing up a ramp is so difficult to do, and he took so many free shots doing so. And losing Hydras is an expensive loss. Like, we can see him struggling to remax.
Yeah, not quite going to be able to do it. These 3 Mutalisks are just continuing to keep the ZergLord back for as long as possible. Bioice is just getting his Roach Ravager in position, his reinforcements in position, to get a complete concave on top of this Roach Force. Even biles out a couple of Ravagers before they can pop out of their cocoons.
Exactly, and now is the timing that Bioice has to hit. Look at that difference in supply as he breaks through. GG gets called, and Bioice advances on to the semifinals.
He keeps Canada alive. The dreams of North America here. It's the only NA player continuing to the semifinales.
Exactly. Because of that, he automatically gets the NA bonus, as we do have a regional bonus given to the highest placing LatAm and NA player. And yeah.
OC points, right?
No, money.
No, money. Points. Yeah, there we go.
I think it's like
10. I forgot that they don't. I forgot that that's not a thing anymore, is it? Wait.
It's not. But yeah, so
I forgot it's not a thing anymore.
He does secure himself 10 USD, and we'll see if he can get even more as he makes it to the semifinals. But he's facing the champion himself.
Alcam Beyond.